Welcome back to the channel. Rarest coins. Today, we're going to talk about a coin that's not only rich in history but also potentially worth a huge amount of money. We're talking about the 1967 Washington quarter. While most of us probably think of quarters as just another coin in our pocket change, the 1967 Washington quarter has become a sought-after item for collectors, and some of these coins have been known to sell for as much as $1.6 million. That's right, a quarter from 1967 could be worth a fortune. In this video, we're going to break down the history behind the 1967 Washington quarter, what makes certain versions of it so valuable, and how you can identify if you have a rare one that could be worth a lot of money. Let's dive right in. History of the Washington quarter. To fully appreciate the value of the 1967 Washington quarter, it's important to understand the history of the Washington quarter series. The Washington quarter was introduced in 1932, and it was designed by John Flanagan to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The original design featured Washington's left-facing bust on the obverse, front, side, while the reverse, back, side displayed an eagle perched on a branch. From the moment it was introduced, the Washington quarter became an iconic symbol of American coinage. It was initially struck in 90% silver, but in 1965, the composition of the quarter was changed to a copper-nickel clad metal, reducing its silver content and making it more economical to produce. The switch from silver to clad metal was made due to rising silver prices, and by 1967, quarters were being struck with this new copper-nickel composition. In 1967, the U.S. Mint continued to strike Washington quarters using the copper-nickel clad metal. However, that year's coins would go on to become some of the most popular among collectors, especially because certain era coins from this period are now worth a significant amount of money. This brings us to the focus of today's video, the 1967 Washington quarter. The 1967 Washington quarter. General features. The 1967 Washington quarter features the same basic design that has been a hallmark of the series. On the obverse side, you'll see the portrait of George Washington, with the inscription Liberty above his head and In God We Trust to the right of his portrait. The date 1967 appears just below Washington's bust. On the reverse side, the coin features an eagle perched on a branch, with the words United States of America, E Pluribus Unum, and $quarter surrounding the eagle. The eagle design symbolizes strength and freedom, and it has been part of the Washington quarter since the coin was first introduced in 1932. At first glance, the 1967 Washington quarter seems like just another coin from the series. However, as is the case with many valuable coins, there are certain rarities and errors that make certain 1967 quarters extraordinarily valuable. Now, let's take a closer look at what could make one of those coins worth a staggering amount of money. The $1.6 million 1967 Washington quarter. You might be wondering how a 1967 Washington quarter could possibly be worth $1.6 million. And it all comes down to a rare minting error that happened during production. Error coins are some of the most valuable in the numismatic world, and when you throw in the right combination of rarity, error type, and condition, a coin can fetch a price that might surprise you. The 1967 Washington quarter that sold for $1.6 million was an example of a double die error. A double die error occurs when the coin die used to strike the coin is misaligned, causing the design to be stamped multiple times in slightly different positions. This results in a doubling effect where the letters, numbers, and designs appear twice on the coin. In the case of the 1967 Washington quarter, the doubling can be seen most clearly in the inscriptions Liberty and In God We Trust, along with the date 1967. On these era coins, the letters and numbers will appear doubled or blurred, creating a unique and visually striking effect. This doubling is highly visible, even to the naked eye, and it's what makes these era coins so highly prized by collectors. As mentioned earlier, one of these 1967 Washington quarters with a double die error sold for an astonishing $1.6 million. The coin was in mint condition, which greatly increased its value. Its rarity, paired with its excellent condition and the dramatic doubling on the design, made it a highly sought-after item in the numismatic world. How to identify a valuable 1967 Washington quarter. Now that you know that a 1967 Washington quarter could be worth a fortune, you might be wondering how to identify one of these rare and valuable coins in your collection. Here are some steps you can take to figure out if you have a 1967 quarter with a valuable error. 1. Look for doubling in the inscriptions. The first thing to check for is doubling. Examine the word Liberty and the date 1967 closely. If you notice that the letters and numbers appear doubled, or if they look blurry, this could indicate a double die error. The doubling is often most noticeable on the top part of the letters, so focus on those areas. 2. Examine the coin for misalignment. In addition to doubling, a double die error may also cause some misalignment in the overall design. Look for any inconsistencies in the alignment of the portrait of Washington or the eagle on the reverse. If the design appears off-center or if you can spot any unusual spacing, you might have an error coin on your hands. 3. Inspect the coin's condition. Like any rare coin, the condition of the 1967 Washington quarter plays a major role in determining its value. The better the condition, the more valuable the coin. Look for a coin that has sharp, clear details, with minimal wear or scratches. Coins that are heavily worn or damaged will not fetch as much as those in mint or near mint condition. 4. Use magnification from a closer look. If you're having trouble spotting the doubling or misalignment with the naked eye, consider using a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. Magnification can help you see the subtle details in the design, making it easier to spot any doubling or other errors. Getting your coin graded. If you believe you have a 1967 Washington quarter with the double die error, it's important to get the coin professionally graded. Coin grading is the process of evaluating a coin's authenticity and condition, and it plays a key role in determining its value. The most trusted grading services in the numismatic world are the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, and the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. These organizations provide expert grading and certification, which can help confirm the authenticity of your coin and assign it a grade based on its condition. Coins that are in better condition, such as mint state or near mint state, tend to have much higher values than those that are worn or damaged. Once graded, your coin will receive a certification, which can increase its value and make it more appealing to potential buyers. If you decide to sell your coin, having it professionally graded can also help you get the best price. Selling your coin. If you have a 1967 Washington quarter with the double die error, there are several ways to sell it. Auction houses, online platforms like eBay, and specialized coin dealers are all great options for selling valuable coins. In particular, auction houses can be a great way to attract collectors who are specifically looking for rare error coins. The 1967 Washington quarter with the double die error is a high-value coin, and its rarity and historical significance make it a desirable item for collectors. The $1.6 million sale price for one of these error coins shows just how much collectors are willing to pay for a unique and valuable piece of numismatic history. Conclusion. In conclusion, the 1967 Washington quarter may seem like a standard coin from the 1960s, but certain versions of this coin, especially those with a double die error, can be worth a staggering amount of money. If you think you have a 1967 quarter with this rare error, be sure to closely inspect it for doubling or misalignment in the inscriptions and design. Get it professionally graded to confirm its authenticity and value, and you could be looking at a coin worth as much as $1.6 million. Thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed learning about rare coins and their value, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. Have you ever come across a rare coin in your collection? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, happy coin hunting. Hello, coin enthusiasts. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we have an exciting topic that could make you take a second look at your pocket change. We're talking about the 1989 Washington quarter. Now, most of us might think that a 1989 quarter is just another modern coin. But what if I told you that a particular 1989 quarter could be worth up to $1.5 million? That's right, as some of these quarters, especially those with rare minting errors, are attracting big bucks from collectors. In this video, we'll be covering the history behind the 1989 D Washington quarter, why some of these coins have such a high value, and how you can identify a rare 1989 D quarter that could be worth a fortune. If you love coins, then you're in for a real treat. Let's get started. History of the Washington quarter. Before we dive into the 1989 D quarter, let's quickly cover the history of the Washington quarter series. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Designed by John Flanagan, the coin features a left-facing bust of George Washington on the obverse, front, side and an eagle perched on a branch on the reverse, back. For decades, the Washington quarter remained a staple of American currency, and it continues to be struck today. However, what many people don't realize is that the design of the Washington quarter has remained relatively consistent over the years. The composition, on the other hand, has changed. Initially, quarters were made of 90% silver, but due to rising silver prices, in 1965 the U.S. Mint switched to a copper-nickel-clad composition. From that point on, the quarters were no longer composed of silver, but they still retained the iconic Washington design. The 1989 D Washington quarter was minted as the Denver Mint and features the familiar design we've come to expect from this series. But some of these quarters, especially those with minting errors, are extremely rare and have become highly sought after by collectors. The 1989 D Washington quarter. General features. The 1989 D Washington quarter, like other quarters in the series, features a portrait of George Washington on the obverse, with the inscription Liberty above and In God We Trust to the right. The date 1989 is also located below Washington's bust, and the mint mark D appears on the reverse side of the coin, right below the eagle. On the reverse, the coin features the eagle perched on a branch with the words United States of America, E Pluribus Unum, and $quarter surrounding the eagle. The 1989 D quarter was made from copper-nickel-clad metal, so it has a weight of 5.67 grams and a diameter of 24.3 millimeters. The design has stayed true to the Washington quarter's legacy, but it's the potential for rare minting errors that makes the 1989 D quarter stand out in the world of coin collecting. Why some 1989 D quarters are worth $1.5 million. Now, you might be wondering why a regular 1989 D quarter could be worth so much. While most 1989 D quarters are only worth their face value of 25 cents, there are specific examples that have become highly valuable due to rare minting errors. The most valuable 1989 D quarters are those that feature an error known as the double die or double die error. A double die error happens when the coin die is misaligned during the minting process, causing the design to be struck multiple times in slightly different positions. This results in the doubling of the inscriptions, the date, or the design on the coin. The doubling effect is most noticeable on the letters of Liberty, the phrase In God We Trust, and the date 1989 on the obverse side of the coin. In some cases, the doubling is so dramatic that it's visible to the naked eye, which makes these error coins highly desirable to collectors. The 1989 D double die error coins are extremely rare, and that rarity, combined with their historical significance, makes them incredibly valuable. In fact, a 1989 D Washington quarter with a double die error has been known to sell for as much as $1.5 million at auction. This kind of price is usually reserved for only the most rare and well-preserved examples, but it's a reminder of just how valuable error coins can be in the numismatic world. How to identify a valuable 1989 D Washington quarter. So, how can you identify if you have a 1989 D Washington quarter that might be worth a fortune? Here's a step-by-step guide to help you spot the rare and valuable error coins. 1. Look for doubling in the inscriptions. The first thing you should check is the word Liberty and the date 1989. If you notice that the letters and numbers appear doubled or blurry, it could be a sign of a double die error. The doubling is often most pronounced at the top part of the letters, especially the L in Liberty and the numbers in the date. 2. Check the mint mark A on the reverse side of the coin. The mint mark D is located just below the eagle's tail. While it's less common for the mint mark to show doubling, it's still worth checking to see if there's any evidence of the error. Some double die errors also cause the mint mark to appear doubled, so don't overlook this part of the coin. 3. Examine the overall design for other signs of doubling. While the inscriptions are the most obvious places to look for doubling, you should also examine other parts of the design. Look at George Washington's portrait and the eagle on the reverse side. In some cases, the doubling can be faint but visible in certain areas of the coin's design. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to get a closer look. 4. Inspect the coin's condition. As with any rare coin, the condition is crucial when determining its value. A coin in excellent condition, with sharp, clear details and minimal wear, will be much more valuable than a coin that is scratched, worn down, or damaged. Coins that are graded as mint state or uncirculated are the most desirable, so make sure to carefully inspect your 1989 D quarter for any signs of wear. 5. Get a professional grading. If you think you have a 1989 D quarter with the double die error, it's important to have it professionally graded by a trusted coin grading service like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. These organizations can evaluate the authenticity of your coin, assign it a grade based on its condition, and provide certification that will help increase its value. Selling your valuable 1989 D coin. If you're fortunate enough to have a 1989 D Washington quarter with the double die error, it's time to think about selling it. Rarer coins like this can be sold through various channels, including coin dealers, online platforms like eBay, and specialized auction houses. Many collectors and investors are always on the lookout for high-value error coins, so it's important to make sure you get the best price for your coin. Auction houses, in particular, can be a great way to sell a rare coin like a 1989 D quarter. High-profile auctions attract serious collectors, and bidding can sometimes drive the price of rare coins through the roof. Depending on the condition and rarity of your coin, it could fetch a significant amount of money at auction. In conclusion, while most 1989 D Washington quarters are worth only face value, a rare few with double die errors can be worth a staggering amount of money, up to $1.5 million. These error coins are extremely rare, and they are highly prized by collectors who are looking to add unique pieces to their collections. If you think you have a valuable 1989 D Washington quarter, take the time to carefully inspect it for signs of doubling and misalignment. Have it professionally graded to confirm its value, and you could be looking at a coin worth a small fortune. Thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed this content and want to learn more about rare coins, their value, and how to identify them, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Have you ever found a rare coin in your collection? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, happy coin hunting. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we have an exciting topic for all you coin collectors and enthusiasts out there. We're going to take a deep dive into a specific coin that could be hiding in your pocket change right now, the 1990 D Washington quarter. That's right, this seemingly ordinary quarter could actually be worth up to $1.2 million. In today's video, we're going to explore the history of the 1990 D Washington quarter, why certain versions are worth so much, and how you can identify one that could fetch a fortune at auction. So let's jump right into it. History of the Washington quarter. To understand why the 1990 D Washington quarter is so special, we need to first look at the history of the Washington quarter series. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Designed by John Flanagan, the coin features a left-facing portrait of George Washington on the obverse, the front, with the words Liberty above, In God We Trust to the right, and the year of mintage below his portrait. On the reverse, back, of the coin, you'll see an eagle perched on an olive branch, with the inscriptions United States of America, E Pluribus Unum, and the denomination quarter dollar. Originally, the Washington quarter was minted in 90% silver, But in 1965, the U.S. Mint changed the composition of the coin due to the rising cost of silver. Since then, quarters have been made of a copper-nickel clad composition. The Washington design, however, has remained a constant, serving as a symbol of American history and currency. Now, moving forward to 1990, this coin was part of the standard circulating coins produced by the U.S. Mint that year. Most 1990 quarters, which were struck at the Denver Mint, are relatively common and worth their face value of 25 cents. However, some very rare versions of the 1990 quarter are worth a lot more, with one selling for as much as $1.2 million at auction. Let's look at why that is. Why is the 1990 Washington quarter worth so much? So, what makes the 1990 Washington quarter worth so much money? As you might have guessed, it all comes down to rare minting errors. While most 1990 quarters are worth just 25 cents, certain coins were struck with rare errors, making them extremely valuable to collectors. The most notable of these errors is a double die error, which occurs when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned, causing the design to be imprinted more than once. This results in a doubling effect on the letters and numbers of the coin. The doubling can be seen in several areas of the coin, but it's most obvious on the obverse, where the word Liberty and the date 1990 can appear doubled. Double die errors are highly sought after by collectors because they are incredibly rare. In fact, only a very small number of 1990 Washington quarters were struck with this error, making them much more valuable than a typical 1990 quarter. In some cases, these coins have been known to sell for up to $1.2 million in auctions, depending on their condition and the severity of the error. How to identify a valuable 1990 Washington quarter. Now, let's talk about how you can identify a rare 1990 Washington quarter with the double die error. If you think you've found one of these valuable coins, here's what you need to look for. 1. Examine the doubling on the inscriptions. The most noticeable feature of a double die error is the doubling of the inscriptions. Start by looking at the word Liberty near the top of the coin. If you notice that the letters appear to be doubled, with the faint second set of letters next to the original ones, this is a sign of the double die error. You should also check the date 1990 for the same doubling effect. 2. Check for doubling in the phrase "In God We Trust." Another common area for doubling on the 1990 quarter is the phrase "In God We Trust," which appears to the right of Washington's portrait. If you notice that the letters look blurry or doubled, this could indicate a minting error. 3. Look for additional signs of doubling. In some cases, the doubling effect can extend to other parts of the coin, such as the rim or Washington's portrait. If you see any areas where the design appears doubled or blurry, it's worth investigating further. 4. Examine the coin's condition. As with any rare coin, the condition of the coin plays a huge role in its value. A 1990 quarter with a double die error in pristine condition can be worth much more than one that's worn, scratched, or heavily circulated. Look for coins that are well preserved with sharp, clear details. The more mint condition the coin is in, the more valuable it will be. 5. Use magnification from a closer look. Sometimes, the doubling on a coin can be faint and hard to spot with the naked eye. To ensure you don't miss any details, use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to get a closer look at the design. This will help you identify any subtle doubling or other features that could increase the coin's value. 6. Get the coin graded. Once you've identified a potential double die error, it's important to have the coin professionally graded by a trusted coin grading service, such as the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. A professional grading service will evaluate the coin's authenticity, condition, and error, which can help determine its value and make it easier to sell. Where to sell your rare 1990 Washington quarter. So, you've found a 1990 Washington quarter with the double die error, and it's in great condition. What now? If you're looking to sell your rare coin, there are a few options available to you. 1. Auction houses. Major auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers are excellent places to sell rare coins. These auctions attract serious collectors who are willing to pay top dollar for rare and unique pieces. With the right exposure, Your 1990 double die quarter could fetch a premium price at auction. 2. Coin dealers. You can also sell your rare coin to a reputable coin dealer who specializes in rare and error coins. Dealers can offer you a fair price based on the current market demand for rare coins, but be sure to shop around and get quotes from several dealers to ensure you're getting the best offer. 3. Online platforms. Online platforms like eBay provide an accessible way to sell rare coins to a global audience. However, selling on eBay requires you to properly list and photograph the coin, as well as verify its authenticity. Be sure to work with reputable buyers and use secure payment methods. Conclusion. In conclusion, the 1990 Washington quarter might seem like just another typical quarter to most people, but certain versions of this coin can be worth an incredible amount of money due to minting errors. If your 1990 quarter has a double die error, you could be holding a rare and valuable coin that's worth up to $1.2 million. So, the next time you're going through your pocket change or checking your coin collection, keep an eye out for these special quarters. You might just have a hidden treasure on your hands. Thanks for tuning in today. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more coin collecting tips and insights. Have you ever found a rare coin with a minting error? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, happy coin hunting, and we'll see you in the next video. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're a coin collector, a fan of US currency, or just someone interested in learning about the potential hidden treasures in your pocket change, you're in for a real treat today. In this video, we're going to discuss the 2021 Washington quarter, its history, why it's worth so much money, and how a rare version of it could potentially fetch up to $1.1 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, stick with me because, believe it or not, some of these quarters have become some of the most sought-after coins by collectors. Let's jump right in and explore what makes the 2021 Washington quarter so special. The history of the Washington quarter. Before we talk about the 2021 Washington quarter in particular, it's important to understand the background and significance of the Washington quarter series as a whole. The Washington quarter has been a part of American currency since 1932 when it was first introduced to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The coin was designed by John Flanagan, and its design has remained relatively unchanged over the years. The front of the quarter, the obverse, shows a left-facing portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States. Around his image, you'll see the inscription Liberty, as well as the words In God We Trust. The year of mintage also appears below Washington's portrait. On the reverse, back, of the coin, you'll find an eagle perched on an olive branch. Surrounding the eagle are the inscriptions United States of America, E pluribus unum, and $quarter, denoting the coin's denomination. Since its introduction, the Washington quarter has undergone several changes in design and composition, with one of the biggest changes occurring in 1965 when the U.S. Mint switched from a silver composition to a copper-nickel-clad composition due to rising silver prices. Since then, the quarter has been produced using a combination of copper and nickel, with no silver content. The Washington quarter remains one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history. Now, fast forward to 2021, where the Washington quarter continues to be minted as part of the standard issue coinage. But just like any other coin, some years and specific mints carry more value than others. The 2021 Washington quarter, features and background. The 2021 Washington quarter is part of the 2021 coinage issued by the U.S. Mint. The D in the mint mark stands for the Denver Mint, where the coin was produced. This particular year of the quarter features the familiar Washington design and is made from the same copper-nickel-clad composition used in most modern quarters. The 2021 Washington quarter is unique in that it is part of a special set of quarters that were minted to commemorate American history. The year 2021 marks the 400th anniversary of the arrival of the first enslaved Africans to English North America. To honor this significant moment in U.S. history, the U.S. Mint released a series of quarters with special reverse designs that focus on themes related to American history and culture. For the 2021 D Washington quarter, however, the coin largely retains the traditional design on both the obverse and reverse sides, but there's a catch: it's the minting errors and rarities in some 2021 D coins that have made them worth a considerable amount of money. Why some 2021 D Washington quarters are worth $1.1 million. So, why is a 2021 D Washington quarter worth so much money? The truth is, not all 2021 D quarters are worth this much. However, certain specific versions of this coin are incredibly rare, and they're bringing in massive sums at auctions and among collectors. What makes these quarters so valuable is the rare occurrence of minting errors. Some of the 2021 D quarters were struck with unusual or misaligned dies, creating unique varieties that stand out from the typical coinage. One of the most sought-after types of mint errors in 2021 D quarters is the double die error. A double die error happens when the design on a coin is struck more than once, causing the image to appear doubled. This can happen when a coin die is improperly aligned during the minting process. As a result, the design, such as the date, the word liberty, or even "In God We Trust," can appear blurry or doubled. This doubling can be quite noticeable, especially under magnification, and collectors are eager to find coins with such significant errors. In some cases, 2021 D quarters with double die errors, or other minting abnormalities, have sold for incredibly high prices, as some approaching $1.1 million at auction. This is because error coins, particularly rare ones, hold immense value in the eyes of collectors and investors looking to complete their collections with unique, one-of-a-kind pieces. How to identify a valuable 2021 D Washington quarter. Now that you know why some 2021 D quarters can be worth $1.1 million, let's talk about how you can spot one of these rare and valuable coins. Here's a step-by-step guide to help you identify a 2021 D Washington quarter with a minting error. 1. Look for doubling in the design. The most common and valuable minting error in 2021 D quarters is the double die error. Inspect the coin closely for any doubling of the design, particularly the inscriptions "Liberty," "In God We Trust," and the year 2021. Doubling may appear as a faint second set of images or letters next to the original design. This is often most noticeable on the right side or the top portion of the letters. 2. Check for misalignments or off-center strikes. Another error to look out for is a misalignment or off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not positioned properly during the minting process, causing the design to appear off-center. In some cases, the coin may have a large rim or blank area around the design, which can make it a rare find. 3. Inspect the mint mark. The mint mark D on the 2021 D Washington quarter is located just below the eagle on the reverse side. Look closely to ensure that the mint mark is correctly struck and free from any abnormalities. In rare cases, mint marks can also show doubling or unusual characteristics, making them valuable to collectors. 4. Examine the coin's condition. The value of any rare coin is heavily influenced by its condition. A 2021 D quarter with a double die error or another minting error in pristine condition will be worth much more than a coin that's worn, scratched, or damaged. Coins that are graded as mint state or uncirculated are considered more valuable than those with visible wear. 5. Use magnification from a closer look. Some minting errors, like double die errors, can be very subtle, so it's always a good idea to use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to get a closer look at the coin's design. This will help you identify any small but noticeable doubling or misalignment that might not be visible to the naked eye. 6. Get professional grading. If you think you found a valuable 2021 D Washington quarter, it's important to have it professionally graded by a trusted coin grading service like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. Professional grading ensures that the coin's authenticity and condition are properly assessed, which can increase its value and make it easier to sell. Where to sell a rare 2021 D Washington quarter. Once you've identified that your 2021 D Washington quarter is a rare and valuable find, the next step is deciding how to sell it. The most common places to sell rare coins are 1. Auction houses. High-profile auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers specialize in rare and valuable coins. These auctions attract serious collectors and investors, and the bidding can sometimes drive prices to astronomical levels. 2. Coin dealers. If you want to sell your 2021 D quarter quickly, you can reach out to reputable coin dealers who specialize in rare coins. Be sure to get quotes from multiple dealers to ensure you get a fair price. 3. Online platforms. Platforms like eBay also offer a way to sell rare coins to a global audience. However, selling on eBay requires careful listing and presentation to ensure you attract serious buyers. Conclusion. To sum up, the 2021 D Washington quarter is not just any ordinary coin. While most of these quarters are worth face value, there are rare versions, particularly those with minting errors like the double die error, that can fetch as much as $1.1 million. If you're lucky enough to find a 2021 D quarter with a rare error, you could be holding a valuable piece of numismatic history. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you learned something new or enjoyed hearing about the 2021 D Washington quarter, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. Have you ever found a rare coin in your collection? Let us know in the comments below. Happy coin hunting, and we'll see you in the next video. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to explore something really exciting in the world of coin collecting. While most of us are used to the standard 25-cent Washington quarters, there's one specific quarter that has caught the attention of collectors and investors like the 1992 P Washington quarter. Now, you might be thinking that the 1992 coin is too recent to have any real value, but you'd be wrong. Some 1992 P Washington quarters have been sold for as much as $1.2 million at auction. Yes, you heard that right, a coin minted in 1992, which seems like a fairly modern coin, could be worth a lot of money. So, how does a regular quarter from 1992 end up fetching such a huge amount? Well, let's dive into the history, value, and what makes certain 1992 P quarters so rare and valuable. History of the Washington quarter. To understand the significance of the 1992 P Washington quarter, it's important to take a look at the history of the Washington quarter series. First introduced in 1932, the Washington quarter was designed by John Flanagan to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The design features a left-facing portrait of Washington on the obverse, front, side of the coin. On the reverse, back, side, the coin originally depicted an eagle perched on a branch, which was later replaced with a more modern image of the eagle in flight. The Washington quarter has been produced with several different compositions over the years. Early versions of the coin were made from 90% silver, but in 1965, the U.S. Mint changed the composition of the quarter to a copper nickel-clad metal. This change reduced the coin's intrinsic value, making the Washington quarter more affordable to produce. By the time 1992 rolled around, the Washington quarter had been struck in a copper nickel-clad composition for decades, and most of the quarters produced during this time circulated freely as everyday currency. The 1992 P Washington quarter. General features. The 1992 P Washington quarter was minted as the Philadelphia Mint, and the P Mint mark can be found just below George Washington's neck on the obverse side of the coin. The 1992 P quarter features the same classic design that has been in use since the series' introduction, with Washington's portrait on the front and an eagle on the back. The coin has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters and weighs 5.67 grams. The general design elements of the 1992 P quarter include the word Liberty above Washington's portrait, with the inscription "In God We Trust" to the right of his image. The reverse side features the eagle in flight, surrounded by the inscriptions United States of America, E Pluribus Unum, and $quarter. At first glance, the 1992 P quarter appears to be just like any other quarter in circulation, right? However, there's a specific version of the 1992 P Washington quarter that has caught the eye of collectors, and that's where the story gets interesting. The $1.2 million 1992 P Washington quarter. So, How does a 1992p Washington quarter become worth $1.2 million? The answer lies in a rare minting error that occurred during production. An error that makes certain 1992p quarters highly valuable. The specific error that turned a 1992p quarter into a high-value coin is known as a double die error. This error happens when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned, causing the design to be stamped twice on the coin. In the case of the 1992p Washington quarter, the double die error can often be seen in the inscriptions, such as Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date 1992. On these error coins, you'll notice that the letters and numbers appear doubled, making them stand out significantly compared to a regular, well-struck coin. The doubling effect can also affect parts of the design on the obverse, particularly the word Liberty and the date, which will appear blurry or double-imaged. What makes the 1992p Washington quarter with the double die error so valuable is how rare and unique it is. Error coins, especially those with noticeable features like doubling, are highly sought after by collectors. These coins are considered anomalies, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for the opportunity to own a rare piece of history. In fact, one of these 1992p Washington quarters with the double die error recently sold for an incredible $1.2 million at auction. The coin was in exceptional condition, which contributed to its high value. The combination of the rarity of the error and the coin's pristine condition made it a highly prized item in the numismatic community. How to identify a valuable 1992p Washington quarter. Now that you know the 1992p Washington quarter could potentially be worth a fortune, let's talk about how to identify if you have one of these rare and valuable coins. Here's what you need to look for. 1. Look for doubling on the inscriptions. The most important feature to check for is doubling. This happens when the coin's design is stamped twice, causing the letters In Liberty and In God We Trust to appear doubled or blurry. If you notice that the letters seem to have a shadow or a second set of images, that's a strong indicator of a double die error. 2. Check the date. Examine the date on the coin closely. If you see the numbers of the year 1992 appear doubled or slightly offset from each other, then you may be looking at a double die error. This doubling can make the digits appear more blurry than normal, and it will be especially noticeable when looking at the year under magnification. 3. Examine the overall condition. The value of any coin is heavily influenced by its condition. A 1992p Washington quarter with the double die error in mint or near mint condition can fetch a much higher price than one that's heavily worn or damaged. Look for a coin that has minimal wear, scratches, or discoloration. Coins with sharp, clear details are more desirable to collectors and can fetch significantly more in the marketplace. 4. Use magnification. If you're unsure whether your coin has a double die error, use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to get a closer look. The doubling effect is often subtle, so it might be hard to see with the naked eye. Under magnification, you'll have a better chance of spotting the doubling in the inscriptions and other areas of the design. Getting your coin graded. If you think you've found a 1992p Washington quarter with the double die error, it's a good idea to get the coin professionally graded. Coin grading is the process of assessing a coin's authenticity, condition, and quality, and it plays a major role in determining its market value. There are two main grading services that coin collectors rely on: the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, and the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. Both organizations offer expert grading and certification that will help determine the true value of your coin. When you get a coin graded, it will be assigned a grade based on its condition. A higher grade coin, one that's in better condition, will naturally be worth more. If you have a 1992p quarter with the double die error that's in excellent condition, getting it graded can help confirm its value and make it more attractive to potential buyers. Coin market and auction sales. Once your 1992p Washington quarter has been graded, you can begin to think about selling it. The market for rare era coins has been growing, and collectors are increasingly looking for unique coins to add to their collections. Auction houses, online platforms like eBay, and specialized coin dealers are all great places to sell your valuable coin. The 1992p Washington quarter with the double die error is an extremely rare and sought-after coin. If you have one in your collection, It could fetch a significant amount of money at auction. The $1.2 million sale price for one of these rare quarters is a testament to how much rare coins can be worth, especially when they're in exceptional condition. Conclusion. In conclusion, while the 1992 P. Washington quarter may look like a regular coin, some of these quarters are incredibly valuable due to a rare double-die error that makes them worth a staggering amount of money. If you think you've found one of these rare quarters, be sure to inspect it closely for doubling in the inscriptions and the date. Get it professionally graded to confirm its authenticity and value, and you could be looking at a coin worth up to $1.2 million, just like one that recently sold at auction. Thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed learning about rare coins and their value, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. Have you ever found a rare coin in your collection? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, happy coin hunting. Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to talk about a particular coin that you might not think is all that special at first glance at the 1983 P. Washington quarter. But what if I told you that some 1983 P quarters have sold for as much as $1.3 million? That's right, this seemingly ordinary quarter could be worth a small fortune if you have one with the right characteristics. In this video, we're going to take a deep dive into the history of the 1983 P. Washington quarter, what makes certain versions of this coin so valuable, and how you can identify one in your collection that could be worth a lot of money. So, let's get into it. History of the Washington quarter. Before we get into the specifics of the 1983 P coin, let's take a quick look at the history of the Washington quarter series. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The coin was designed by John Flanagan, and the obverse, front, side of the coin features a left-facing bust of George Washington, while the reverse side originally depicted an eagle perched on a branch. The Washington quarter has undergone several changes over the years, but the basic design has remained largely unchanged. However, the composition of the coin has evolved significantly since its inception. Originally, quarters were made from 90% silver, but in 1965, the U.S. Mint transitioned to a copper-nickel-clad composition to cut costs. This change made the quarters less valuable in terms of precious metals but did not affect their utility as legal tender. The 1983 P. Washington quarter is part of the series of quarters struck during the 1980s, a time when the quarter was made of copper-nickel-clad metal. At first glance, it may seem like just another ordinary coin from the era, but there's more to it than meets the eye. Some versions of the 1983 P. Washington quarter are quite rare, and those rare coins are the ones that have been known to fetch millions of dollars. The 1983 P. Washington quarter. General features. The 1983 P. Washington quarter was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and a P mint mark can be found on the reverse side of the coin, just below the eagle's tail. The coin has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters and weighs 5.67 grams. On the obverse side, you'll find the familiar image of George Washington, with the inscription Liberty above his portrait and In God We Trust to the right. The reverse side features the eagle design, with the words United States of America, E Pluribus Unum, and $quarter around it. At first glance, the 1983 P. Washington quarter may not appear all that remarkable, but there's a specific version of this coin that has drawn the attention of collectors and investors alike. The key to its value lies in a rare error that occurred during its production, an error that makes certain 1983 P quarters incredibly valuable. The $1.3 million 1983 P. Washington quarter. So, what makes the 1983 P. Washington quarter worth $1.3 million? The answer lies in a very rare minting error known as the double die error. This error occurs when the coin die is misaligned during the minting process, causing the design to be stamped multiple times in slightly different positions. The result is that certain parts of the design, such as the lettering or the images, appear doubled, creating a striking visual effect. For the 1983 P. Washington quarter, the double die error can often be seen in the inscription Liberty and the year 1983, with the letters or numbers appearing doubled or blurred. The doubling can also affect parts of George Washington's portrait or the eagle's design on the reverse side. This kind of error is extremely rare, and when it occurs, it makes the coin highly collectible and valuable. One of these rare 1983 P quarters with a double die error recently sold for an astounding $1.3 million at auction. The coin was in fantastic condition, which helped push its value to such an incredible price. The combination of the rarity of the error and the coin's excellent condition made it an extremely desirable item for serious collectors. How to identify a valuable 1983 P Washington quarter. Now that you know a 1983 P Washington quarter could be worth up to $1.3 million, you might be wondering how you can identify if you have one of these rare coins. Let's go over the steps you can take to spot a potential high-value coin in your collection. 1. Look for doubling on the inscriptions. The primary feature to look for on a double die error is doubling. On a 1983 P quarter, check the word Liberty and the date 1983 closely. If you notice that the letters and numbers appear doubled or blurry, this is a strong indicator that you have a double die error. The doubling is usually more noticeable in the top parts of the letters and numbers, so pay attention to those areas. 2. Check the alignment of the design. A double die error may also cause the design on the coin to look off-center or misaligned. Look at the overall alignment of the design elements on both the obverse and reverse sides of the coin. If the images appear slightly shifted or if you can spot any extra details where they shouldn't be, you could be looking at an error coin. 3. Inspect the condition of the coin. Like any rare and valuable coin, the condition plays a major role in its value. The better the condition of the coin, the higher its potential value. Look for a coin that is in mint or near mint condition. Coins that are heavily worn, scratched, or damaged will not fetch as much as a coin that is well preserved and has sharp, clear details. 4. Use magnification. If you're unsure whether your coin has a double die error, using a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe can help you spot the subtle doubling effect. With magnification, you'll be able to examine the letters and numbers more closely and see if there's any visible doubling or blurring of the design. Getting your coin graded. Once you've identified a potential 1983 P Washington quarter with the double die error, it's time to have it professionally graded. Coin grading is essential for determining a coin's authenticity and condition, and it plays a crucial role in assessing its value. Two of the most trusted grading services are the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, and the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. Getting your coin graded by a professional service will provide a certification that confirms its authenticity and assigns it a grade based on its condition. Higher grade coins are worth more, so if your coin has been well preserved, it could significantly increase its value. Once graded, your coin will have a certificate of authenticity that can help you sell it for the best price. Selling your coin. If your 1983 P Washington quarter has been professionally graded and it turns out to be a rare double die error, you might want to sell it. Error coins, especially those as rare as the 1983 P double die, are highly sought after by collectors. You can sell your coin through auction houses, online platforms like eBay, or even directly to specialized coin dealers. Some high-value coins like this 1983 P quarter may fetch significant sums at auction. A coin with a double die error in mint condition, like the one that sold for $1.3 million, could attract serious collectors willing to pay top dollar for the opportunity to add it to their collection. Conclusion. In conclusion, the 1983 P Washington quarter may seem like a standard coin from the 1980s, but certain versions of this coin, particularly those with a double die error, can be worth an astronomical amount of money. If you think you have a 1983 P Washington quarter with the double die error, make sure to examine it closely for doubling in the inscriptions and other areas of the design. Get it professionally graded to confirm its authenticity and condition, and you could be sitting on a coin worth as much as $1.3 million. Thank you for watching today's video. If you found this information helpful and interesting, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content on rare coins, their value, and how to spot them. Have you ever found a rare coin in your collection? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, Happy coin hunting!